I have some liquid gold right here because there's some interesting stuff going on. It's Autism Awareness Month, and if you Google it, I'm pretty sure you're not going to find too many articles. And that's funny because 1 in 51 children, according to a 2019 study, 1 in 51 adults, according to a 2019 study, and a 2017 study showed that 1 in 43, I think it was 43 or 48. I'm functionally autistic, so 3s and 8s kind of get mixed up sometimes when I'm trying to remember. But that makes up just under 1% of the population. And that 1% of the population isn't being heard. And that's the biggest complaint that I have and that other autists have, is that we just aren't heard. Or if we're heard, we're just brushed off. And that's the problem with the stigma of autism back in the 90s to the 2000s, when people my age were growing up. And I've never once met an autist with an easy life. My life is exciting, but I know plenty with harder lives than me. Mine is just simply exciting. I did a lot of things that people were too afraid to do. And I was out of desperation, but even so, I have mentors with the title doctor behind them, reaching out to news networks and no interest. Like, that's discouraging. When you have almost a dozen people reaching out to news networks, or at least allegedly, I know for a fact at least 8 of them have, and no news network is interested. When you reach out to the news networks directly, it baffles me. And the sad part about telling my story is no one would believe it without like a news organization proving and verifying the stories in there, because they're kind of unreal in every way, shape, or form. For a normal person, autist, you name it, they're kind of unreal. But once again, I'm silenced, as is everybody else. In fact, I've been doing the literary journey with The Little Autist That Did. That is my book that is finished. And right now it's being turned down on its face because it includes a behavior section. So it takes it from the length of a memoir and then adds another really long section depicting what it's like to be autistic and what's going through our heads with different behaviors. And of course, I'm doing the best I can on it. I have to speak mostly from my perspective because most of us don't have a voice, and when we do speak up, we're always belittled. People are afraid to speak up. We're weird. In fact, that's the one word that every close friend has called me. Weird, but in a good way. Wow, that cowlick is really standing out. This is what happens when you put stuff in your hair and then do yard work. This hair used to be blonde, dirty blonde, kind of like most of the beard. But I've had a hard life, and nobody cares. I've had a fun life, nobody cares. Autists, nobody cares around them. And I've never met an autist with an easy life. It's just sad to see such apathy in the news during Autism Awareness Month. Just wow.